course. Now I request the chief guest, the Secretary Corporation, and the Vice President of NCCT to kindly deliver the inaugural address. Sir.
Good afternoon to everybody. Mr. Misra, our Secretary NCCT, distinguished speaker, Sri Ajay Bhai Patel, Srimati Satabdi Pandey, Dr. Nandini Azad, Dr. Sika Tripathi, and other distinguished members who are going to speak from different sectors, and many people who have joined through their videos and webinar. Let me first of all congratulate all of you for organizing this seminar and reaching out to different people across globe. This is very important as we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So in this period, we need to give a special emphasis to women category. And I was listening to all of you, and there is a common ground on which everybody was speaking, that they have the capacity, they have the leadership qualities. Women have everything. Only we need to convey or tell them that you can do it. Something like, Hanuman was not knowing that he can really jump from Rameswaram and reach Lanka. Somebody has to remind him that he has that inner strength and he can do it. And he was able to do it. Similarly, our women are in a position to achieve everything in life if they decide. If they decide that certain action has to be taken in a particular manner, they can do it. There is no doubt about it. But at the same time, I also agree with certain views that in spite of all our efforts during the last so many years, the impact is not as much as it should be visible. They have to be active partners in decision making, in all economic activity. And in spite of all our good, thinking and actions, still there is a lot of things we need to do collectively to derive what we are aspiring, in this year. And let us think that what would be our vision for 2047 when India will celebrate 100 years of its independence. Then in what position our women would be, and or in what position we would like to see them. And if that is so, then what action we need to take today to adopt that path so as to reach that goal. This is very important because we are deliberating on the Vision 2047. Our ministry is also debating and consulting different stakeholders. So I would be grateful if I get inputs from different stakeholders that what we need to do so that they are the effective instrument in the development of cooperative sector as a whole. Because they are not present in one or two sectors. They are not only in credit, they are not only in handloom or dairy, but across all the sectors, they have a significant presence. Only thing that we need to galvanize their presence, we need to activate and really achieve our goal of, Sahakarta se Smriddhi. Our ministry has got a budget of rupees 900 crores. This is the first year, and we are going to focus on training and education. For the first time, we have created two different aspects so that we can really deal in a different manner. And then we also have significant allocation for two of our flagship scheme. One is digitization of PACS, where we need to computerize, digitize all the grassroots societies. And the second is our flagship scheme, Sahakarita Se Smridhi. Now, for the second scheme, we are debating, what components we should have in this scheme so that it really brings happiness, it really brings a qualitative change in the cooperative sector. So how to achieve that? So this is also one thing where we are looking for suggestions, and I expect that today's webinar should be able to throw some points on this specific subject, because it is very urgent, and it is a very priority item for our ministry. Now, I must compliment Dr. Nandini Azad for sending her notes on the database preparation, and see, her note was very critical to bring women group, the gender issue, on the central platform. And when we are discussing and devising our database, we are taking a conscious view to incorporate details required to capture various aspects of women, their status, their presence in the board of directors, their presence as active member or non-active member, and all those details and parameters we are thinking to capture. And a draft form is under preparation, which we will be sharing with some of you, if not all, so that I get also feedback before finalizing the details. The second thing which I would like to share, that we had a webinar on 24th last month, where our Honorable Prime Minister spoke that cooperatives have to be made as a diversified business entity. They have to be really acting as a business entity. And when I was earlier in MSME, I got some data about cooperatives, and I realized that at present cooperatives are registering on Udyam platform, and they have registered in 86 different activity codes. I request through all of you that kindly encourage all the cooperatives, including women cooperatives, to get registered on the Udyam platform of the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Because each cooperative is an enterprise. They are doing some kind of business. So they need to identify their business and get registered on that platform. So what is the benefit of registering on that platform is that they will be able to access various schemes of Government of India which are meant for enterprises. Those schemes not only of the Ministry of MSME, but any schemes which is in operation in different parts of ministry, different programs, different schemes, they will be entitled to get benefit of that scheme. That registration is free of cost. It is totally paperless. No documents has to be uploaded. No photo has to be uploaded. Only certain figures, numbers, etc. has to be disclosed. So it is not a very difficult task, and I'm sure with the help of your, active participation and hand-holding, all the cooperatives, they can get registered on this platform. And when our database is ready, when we are going to launch it will take little time for preparation of the software, etc. Then again, I would request all of you to have a very active participation for facilitating registration of all cooperatives on this, our Ministry of Cooperation's database, because that will help us to understand where there is no presence, in which village there is no cooperative, in which district there is no cooperative. I was going through the data and I realized that, the presence of the packs in the northeastern region is limited, right? So how to focus on that? Yes, I know that, population density is not that much in northeastern region, but at the same time, is there any possibility to have such cooperatives in those districts, in those villages? And I am sure that there are many such economic activities in self-help groups which is being taken, and they may not be registered. Though they are doing some activity, economic activity, especially in Meghalaya, I saw that they are acting as, livelihood groups or small groups, but they are not registered as a formal entity in the, under the Cooperative Act. So there is a need to facilitate such entities on our state, laws, as per the state laws, and get them self-registered. Now, last point I would like to, share that all of you are working in some product. At the end of the day, you have a product, and that product is meant to be sold in the market. So you are looking to get a space in the consumer space for yourself, for your product. So for that, you require certain branding of your product. You require certain geo-tagging of your product. You require certain marketing of your product, and those things can happen by adopting technology. If you adopt technology, if you, incorporate technology in your business processes, in your activity processes, then things becomes easy. You become more visible, and people will be able to see your product. They will be able to recognize your product, and they will be able to have certain degree of also authenticity. You will be able to provide some degree of authenticity, quality to your product. And if that is ensured, I'm sure that you will be able to get better recognition and better price for your product, for which ultimately, we are working, because there has to be some additional income flow to the members of the cooperatives. That is the thing we are looking for. How we can able to generate, say, 5 rupees extra per member per day. If we are able to create that, that will be our success. If we are able to create 10 rupees additional income to each member per day by any intervention, whatever by name you call, if it is going to generate some additional surplus in the hands of the member, then it has a meaningful life. And I would like to share, in the last, I visited one of the dairy cooperative in Anand. In the early morning, I went to the village where ladies were bringing milk, and at the milk collection center. And the society has very good system. There was a transparent system. They were giving the slips, and quantity and quality was reflected in the slip. I asked ladies, why you are coming and giving it? Why you are not selling in the market? Why you are not selling to your neighbor, which is a mithai wala shop? Why you are coming and giving it to the society? But they were very clear about the principles of cooperative. Well, no, we'll never sell there. We come to society, and society, if somebody wants milk, they have to come to society and purchase that. And in that process, we are getting bonus. They are getting milk prices. They are getting everything, inputs, etc. But at the annual bonus, they are looking for that bonus, and then that is the attachment. So women are doing wonders in villages. Wherever I am going in the rural part, they are doing wonders. And I'm sure that this webinar will help to do more wonders. And there is a collective wisdom and there is a collective thought and dedication to do something new and to form new cooperatives. I'm sure that the leadership provided by all of you who are present today in this webinar and listening to me to different modes, they will be able to do wonders. And I wish all of you a very great success. Thank you very much for providing me this opportunity. Thank you very much. Namaste.